days a week, 365 days a year. No excuses, just free picks. Of course, try to win them all, but our best bets always are our premium picks. We try to win all of those too. Isn't always the case either. Anyways, 5 people watching.
Notification just went out.
Anyways, good morning, everyone. Got 2 NBA games. Got 16 Major League Baseball games. And NHL. Got Euro. We've got the final round of the U.S. Open golf. I don't know. U.S. Open always a little different style tournament. Get to see the pros play like we do. Hope everyone's having a good morning. Yep, Brian has been red hot on his premium picks. It's all cyclical. That's for sure.
Anyways. I was cold as ice.
I've been cold. This is the worst year I've ever had. No doubt. I mean, this is the worst year I've ever had. But so be it, man. I'd rather get it out of my system. You know?
There's never a good time to lose, but I noticed the best time to lose is like last 2 weeks of July heading into football season.
Yeah, I think.
And then you can get hot going in.
That's true, but I think that you never want to lose, but it's like
no, you never want to lose.
But I'll tell you, it's like I'm having that kind of year, so it's like I might as well just get it out of my system and whatever. Let nature take its course, and I'll be back to business soon enough. I think it'll be interesting, with full stadiums and all that stuff for college football. That's. Anyways, Ron Romanelli not with us today. He's got the meat sweats. Something like that. Maybe he's yelling at the Islanders too loud.
Yeah, he texted me right after they won.
It was close. They almost blew that 3-goal lead.
Didn't see it. Never seen the Tampa Bay Lightning. I'm still going to
They were
stick
up 3-0 and Tampa came roaring back, scored 2, and they just made defenseman went sliding through the crease and just made a stop. Otherwise, that puck was going in, and it would have been 3-3.
How about that Nets-Bucks game? That was a hell of a game. Kevin Durant went down swinging. Chris Middleton once again, showing he's one of the best players in the NBA. Doesn't get nearly the credit that he should because he plays on the same team as Giannis. Pretty much was the guy in that game. My book.
I hate the Nets.
Oh, you don't have to worry about him until next year.
Next year, I'll argue about it.
Be interesting to see what they look like next year.
Yeah, veterans usually don't get better with age.
Kevin Durant seems to. It's ridiculous.
He's smooth.
He's ridiculous.
Most points ever in a game 7.
Guy doesn't play all season, and comes in the last week of the season. Just, it's like
I guess that was planned. I bet he could have played, but he just.
It's like Meryl Streep in Devil Wears Prada. He just throws his coat on the desk. It's like, I'm here. You give me the ball. It's like everyone else is afraid to shoot. You notice that? It's like nobody else wanted to take a shot.
Well, you notice the teams that are still alive now are the ones that played hard all season. They didn't sit guys, or it's the Sixers, the Suns. I guess you couldn't say that about the Clippers.
Kyrie Irving did play. Kyrie Irving.
The Lakers thought they could just drift into the playoffs, and that didn't happen.
I think the Lakers learned a lot too. I think a lot of teams have this season, and I do like the later NBA season. Starting at Christmas and running that. By now, we'd be in the finals normally, like well into the finals. And
wait, we're just about done. I think we probably be done.
Yeah, we're almost done anyway. The lottery's got to be coming up
in January every year.
I think the Warriors are going to be good next year. I think we got a few circle teams for next year. That we saw in the NBA. I think the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to be a lot better next year. I think the Hornets will be a lot better next year. I think the Grizzlies will be a lot better next year. I think there's certain teams that'll probably take a step back. Yep, the Nets bench did not come through. That's for sure. I think what we saw is that the Nets, with Kevin Durant playing the full game like that, is that everybody else was afraid to do anything. It's like it almost like took everybody else out of the game. Well, we'll see. It depends who wins the lottery. Cade Cunningham, of course, coming out. There's some other players too in there. It's not just Cade Cunningham.
Your favorite player from Iowa?
Oh, he's not going to be a first-round pick.
He'll be a first-round pick.
Maybe at the bottom.
I'd say somewhere around 12. I guess the game isn't like it used to be, where they like 7-foot centers.
Yeah, Garza wasn't that good. He's not going no first.
He's
going way
He's not
late.
as good as Jokic, but he's built like him. He can shoot a 3-pointer. He can
here's
rebound.
Here's the big board for the top prospects. Cade Cunningham is 1. Mobley is 2. Jalen Suggs, Gonzaga, 3. Jalen Green, 4. I don't even know who that is. Jonathan Kuminga. Keon Johnson from Tennessee. He was good.
He was good, yeah.
Davion Mitchell. He's sick. From Baylor. It's like, yeah, he's pretty good. Scotty Barnes from Florida State was awesome. Kispert from Gonzaga. Kai Jones from Texas was awesome. Wagner from Michigan is a pretty interesting player. Isaiah Jackson from Kentucky.
So where do they have my guy at?
Jalen Johnson from Duke. Josh
He's still
Giddey.
down.
Really?
Josh Giddey from Australia. So, Rod's guy, Dasomu, at 15. Alperen Sengun from Turkey, 16. Sharif Cooper from Auburn. He was awesome, remember? It was like, he's not going to get in. He's going to get in. He's not going to get in. All right, he's in. And then they lost like every game, but he was awesome, right? Then you have Jared Butler from Baylor. Butler was awesome. Butler, yeah, if someone gets him at 18, that's going to be a steal, right? Trey Mann out of Florida. Moses Moody out of Arkansas. Cameron Thomas from LSU. Williams from Stanford. Oh, Book Knight. Right?
Book Knight, yeah.
Yeah, you got to remember Book Knight, right? Oh, Chris Duarte from Oregon. He was smoke for us, right? Oh, man, did we make a lot of it. Brian hated Duarte.
Yeah, you're right. He's not even listed.
No. He's not an NBA. He's not.
I'm lucky I'm not a GM.
How about Livers, 40th? I think he's a guy that you pick up in the second round, sticks in an NBA roster. The guy who I like is the guy from Colorado, who's not on this list either. But he's like one of those guys that plays in the NBA for like 12 years. Just so good at defense. All right, let's get to the games. Sharif Cooper reminds me of AI. I would say he's not. He didn't really show me that he's got that kind of stuff, but we'll see. Allen Iverson was number 1 overall, right? He's the MVP. Practice wasn't a priority. One day. It's like one day. I still love that video. I watch it at least once a year.
Right? You got to.
I do. I made these guys sit through it.
I watched the documentary about him. It was pretty. Allen Iverson was pretty entertaining. I forget what channel it was on.
Cooper is good. I think we could do a whole NBA draft show. The beauty is that we watched all the college basketball games, so we know all these guys. Except for, I don't know, like this Josh Giddey from Australia. I'm not going to pretend like I understand this guy. There'll be other shows out there that pretend that they've seen these guys, but we haven't seen them. Chris Duarte, yeah, we've seen him. This guy's good. It's like the Pac-12 was sick this season. Greg Brown from Texas. Josh Christopher. Arizona State's got a bunch of guys. How about Robinson Earl from Villanova? I did not think he was very good. They have him ranked 36th. I don't see
really.
That.
I don't see that.
I don't see him over the guy from Colorado. Anyways, we'll get back to it. We got 2 games today. We got the Suns and the Clippers, and we've got the 76ers and the Hawks. Game 7. Back-to-back Game 7s. I like these Game 7s. Yesterday was awesome, man. We got bonus basketball. Came right down to the very end. And so we've got the Suns and the Clippers getting things kicked off here. Clippers are 0 rest, right? They just played 2 days ago. They went 6 against the Jazz. And now they face a team that's not ranked as high as the Jazz, right? I mean, in reality, but the Suns have been tough. But Chris Paul not playing here. But Kawhi Leonard also not playing. Rod, any thoughts on this gem?
For me in this gem, I'm going to take the Clippers plus the 4 points. They just played and just got out of a 7-game series. And the Suns, they just don't seem to, after all this rest, the Suns are 6-16 their last 22 off of 3 or more days rest. They're going to be struggling to get things going. I think they're going to be a little rusty with all this time off that they've had. And I think Clippers take advantage. Give me the Clippers plus 4 in that one. We've seen what the Clippers can do without Kawhi Leonard in there, and it looks pretty good to me. They're not going to miss a beat. And he's already out there. He's already missed a couple games. So I like the Clippers plus the points in that one.
Ryan, any thoughts on these games?
Well, my rooting interest is for the Clippers so I can cash my futures. But in this game, I got to go with the Phoenix Suns. The small sample doesn't dictate it, but I just think the Suns come in rested. They're going to want to have a statement win right away. Clippers had a long, hard series with Utah, so I'm going to lay the points with the Suns here. I think they cashes.
I don't know. I like this. It's a lean to me to the Suns. I like the Clippers first half. I like the Suns to win the game, and then I like Luka Garza's ranked 53rd.
Yep, I was wrong.
Prospects.
I was very wrong.
No, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's like
I'm not an NBA draft guy.
Yeah, it's just that he doesn't. And in this one, by ESPN, Livers is 64th.
I like guys that you can't teach size.
Yeah, I like Livers. Garza's one of those guys. It might take him a little while, because the thing is, like, his size and all of that other stuff, being able to shoot from the outside for a big man, all of those things are not unusual in the NBA. Everybody can play. I mean, we've seen this, right? I mean, you see these guys yesterday. It's ridiculous. It is. Is it more surprising when they make an amazing shot or when they miss one? To me, it's more unbelievable that they miss. And these guys, they just do not miss. I mean, Kevin Durant throws an air ball. Don't you think that was the time where he's going to be the decoy? Carlick Jones from Louisville, 79th prospect. There's a guy I think could make it. Kofi Cockburn, 91. Prospect.
Wow.
That's how deep this draft class is.
Yeah.
Scotty Lewis is 80th. So the guy that I like from Colorado, McKinley Wright, the 4th, is ranked 97th. I'm willing to wager this guy makes an NBA roster. He's so good. So good. I watched a lot of college basketball this year. That guy, he plays defense. He's good. He's not going to be like one of the starting 5, like right out of the gate or anything like that. But he's one of those guys, he's just there. Anyways, I like the Clippers in the first half. I think the Suns start slow, but I like the Suns probably to win that game. And the Hawks, Sixers, I mean, they're begging you to take the Hawks here with these points, but they don't have to beg me that hard. I'll take a shot with the points. I think that Sixers probably win it, but I'll take the Hawks with the points. Yeah, they call him Kofi Cockburn something else, but it's I'm sorry. Cockburn. You tell me. I mean, right?
He's got one of the best names.
It's not Coburn. That's for damn sure. What the OCK is silent. Yeah. Yes, the OC is silent. Oh. I've never seen that before. Have you ever seen the CK be silent?
Silent? No.
It's like PH sounds like F. We know that, right? There's the Spanish. There's Spanish population, pronunciations where the J is an H, right? Or F. Javier. Right? Jesus. J sounds like H. That's fine. But I've never heard the silent CK. Coburn is Coburn. I'm sorry. All right. Jesus Alou. Jesus. All right, what are you selling today, Brian? You're on a heater.
I'm going to try to keep my amazing hot run going today. I could have easily went with 5, but I decided to go with quality over quantity. I got my Sunday Golden Ticket 3-pack, 2 Major League Baseball bets, 1 NBA. I'm looking for a sweep of the board today. Get them for $40 at pickdogs.com.
Rod?
And for me, I just couldn't help myself. I got really excited. I love today's card. We're going to decimate the books Sunday. I got 4 MLB, 2 NBA, and 1 hockey. Love these 7 bets. Golden opportunity to decimate your bookie.
You went wild.
You don't want to miss out on this action as we're going to cash in big and decimate the book. Love these plays.
There are a lot of good plays out there.
So yesterday on the show, I was wearing the Flex Fit hat, but here it is, not wearing it. You can see it's got just that, and then it's Flex Fit. It has a like this.
Flex Fit big heads like me.
I think. Well, there's large size, large, extra large.
I
gotta find one to fit my melon.
You know what it's missing? It means right here on the back. It should say Pick Dogs, like they do the other Flex Fits, where they put like Canadians on the back.
We could
I'd like
do
to put my last name on
Pick
the back.
Dogs.
We could do it, or we could just write Mitch.
We got our personalized the back here if you want.
No, just Mitch.
Just Mitch.
Like my golf bag.
Right.
Just is Mitch. Like Mitch Wilson? No, just Mitch. Brian, you got your name on your golf bag, or are you trying to go anonymous?
I got my name on my softball mitt, but I don't have it on my golf bag. My last name's on and my number on my glove.
What number are you? Softball.
Number 4.
4.
I always like number 4 because Lenny Dykstra was my favorite.
Great
Major
poker.
League Baseball player.
Let's invite Lenny over for a game of poker.
I didn't realize how Lenny's crazy now.
Apparently, it was always crazy.
The dude. I just like the dude.
To me, it's like when when you're kind of at that age where you find out that these guys are human.
Yeah.
It's like always that weird discovery. It's like David Cone goes from MVP pitcher, all-star, Cy Young Award winner to a guy that exposes himself to fans in the bullpen.
He used to go on Howard and they talked to him. He'd be living in a friend's basement or something like that, partying every night.
Crazy.
I like the dude. I don't like exposing him, so. That's the kind of player I am. I left-handed hitter, play out center field. It's I play like Pete Rose, diving into bases.
Someone asking what's the difference between the VIP and the premium picks. The premium picks is kind of like each of our individual packages. The VIP is I generally include at least a premium pick for my package, and generally the picks that just missed the cut. If another person mentions a pick that they're on the other side of one of my premiums, I give a premium. Sometimes I give a couple premiums in the VIP. It's kind of just like it's a light version of the premium picks and kind of a mixture of our picks. I think it's the best value out there because, I mean, for $100 for a month, you basically get, a ton of premium picks. But the problem is that we each have different styles and we each have different,
My system is I give out one of my premium plays and then a play that I'd add if I could add a premium at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, whatever, or 5 o'clock. So that's what I do.
Yeah, I would like to do that too. Anyways.
It's early baseball. It's really good.
Of customer service. So we got baseball action. Early games. Pirates, Indians, Orioles, Blue Jays, Yankees, A's, Nationals, Mets. Any of those 4?
Who's going first?
Whoever wants to.
First.
All right. Thanks, Rob. I can't resist taking the Washington Nationals here. It just looks like a major trap with the New York Mets. They do have the far and away better team, the better pitcher here. But just can't resist taking Patrick Corbin and the Nationals here. It just looks like they're begging you to take the Mets. And then the other game I'm going to hold my nose on is the Baltimore Orioles. Matt Harvey's ERA is close to 8. But the Orioles have been scoring runs here. It just seems like the world's humping up on Toronto. So I'm going to take Baltimore, but I think the better bet's the Nationals.
Right.
And for me, I'm going to go the other way. I like the Mets here with Taijuan Walker on the mound. They don't have to make me too hard. They look a little low, but I think the ones just don't respect Taijuan Walker. So give me the Mets over the Nationals. And that one.
Brian is a Walker hater. He is.
Right.
I like Taijuan Walker. He's disrespected for some reason. He's put up really good numbers, but
no, I'm a Patrick Corbin guy. He's awful. But I agree with you. Give me the Jays too. I think they take the snot on the Orioles. Big roaring comeback, and but no, he got plunked, right? He plunked that guy right in the middle of the back. Bunk. I don't think he did it on purpose. I think the ball slipped out of his hand, and he totally squarely hit him right in the back. And that's what started the big brouhaha, because he got tossed, and then the bench was cleared, and because they figured it was on purpose, and I don't think it was on purpose. So Blue Jays bats woke up. So I think they go nuts today. The Jays on that one.
right. Just helping a customer here. This is a very common thing that I have with the customer service. This guy set up an account, and with his email, when he set it up, the email he must have done on his phone, and he had a typo in the email. So when he made the pick purchase, he was logged in, but he bought a 3-day package. So what happened is that he was logged in, and now he went to go back and log in again, and they got the wrong email. So like in this case, he had an A in his email, and he entered the letter Q where the A was. So a lot of people, they can't log in or whatever. It's usually that they've entered a bad email. I got one guy that enters a different email like every single time.
Do you have to enter it twice when you're like confirming the email? Because sometimes they make you put it in twice.
I don't think so. I think they just try and make it easy, you know. The premium is something that we kind of threw together to try and get it out the door to, you know, in time for football. And, you know, we always are moving forward, but sometimes it's time to go back and revisit some things. And that's definitely one of the things that we need to revisit.
Now's the time.
Well,
baseball season, I mean.
Yeah, but it always seems like it's the time, but I've got, you know.
You're always busy, though. It's never a good time.
I mean, I'm never one of those people that's like, oh, I'm so busy. But I have to say, this is the busiest I've ever been, you know. And I've built, you know, I used to write all the articles on Sports Shop Plays. This is the busiest I've ever been. Can you believe that? I used to write all the articles.
The bad thing about you is I can never complain to you about being busy because, you know, you're a lot busier than me. So I can't bitch to you about being busy.
People are like, man, how do you do so many videos? Someone here is complaining about free stuff. Jeremy Martinez says he doesn't like my underdog picks. Always picking.
I like my underdog picks. That's the way I pick. I'm a doggy guy.
The loudest boos always come from the cheapest seats. Always. So it makes it hard, you know? Makes it hard.
We're on the next set of games.
I didn't give out any picks, did I?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the under in that Mets Nationals game.
I could go with that.
To me, that's solid.
Corbin's due for a good start.
Cardinals, Braves, Royals, Red Sox, Astros, White Sox, Cubs, Marlins, Rangers, Twins. Any of those, Rod?
For me, I went with the under yesterday in the White Sox game, and we didn't get it, but I think we get it today. Give me the under in the White Sox. 9-0 in Keuchel's last 9 starts after allowing 5 runs or more in the previous game. I think we got a nice pitcher's duel between Keuchel and McCullers Jr. in that one. So give me the under 8.5 in that game. And I like the Cardinals in game 1 with Wainwright going. I think they got a nice win over the Braves here in game 1. Give me the Cards on the money line. Game 1.
Question here for you, Rod. So we got a 2 o'clock Eastern time start for game 1 and a 7 o'clock start for game 2. Obviously, there's going to be 2 or 3 hours in between games here. Okay, I'm going to guess it's one of those day-night doubleheaders where you have to buy 2 tickets.
I think it's the Sunday ESPN game.
Right, it's the Sunday ESPN game. But the first game is the 2 o'clock Eastern time start. So it's one of those day-night doubleheaders. Why the heck is it only 7 innings, these games, if it's a day-night doubleheader?
Yeah, there's no reason.
No, there's no reason for it. And number 2, are they charging full ticket price for both these games?
I'll have to look.
I bet you that was the players' union thing before the season started. Was a 7-inning game. They need to do away with that.
Yeah, because that's so good. That's just awful. Like, what do they do when they kick everybody out? They play the day game and then everybody get out.
Well, that's what they generally do for day-night doubleheaders, is they clean up and it's basically like, and then another game. But in this case, it's a 7-inning game and you're charging full ticket price.
Now you got to pay the salaries. Well, for me in that group of games, are you done, Rod? I didn't mean to.
No, I'm just looking to see if they're gonna if they do make a charge.
Yeah, for me in that group of games, I'm going to go with the Kansas City Royals here, just as a public fade. Red Sox line's down about 15 cents from where it opens at. Mike Minor's not the best in the world, that's for sure. But the Royals in spots can make you money. And then the best value there is the Marlins. You're always getting value at the Marlins, but I think today you get a little bit of extra. Zach Thompson hasn't been bad. I think he can give the Marlins a consistent 6-inning start here today. So Miami Marlins and the Royals are my pick in that time zone.
I like the Marlins also. They've been slaughtering the Cubs. You guys know I like picking against the Cubs anyway. I don't understand how the Cubs are minus 150 favorites when they've beaten up the first 2 games.
Yep.
I also like the White Sox. Keuchel's been pretty good. The Astros actually hit lefties also. The White Sox aren't the only ones that beat up on lefties. The Astros are another team that does as well. So.
And yes, they are 100% charging for both games. That's unreal. What a ripoff.
See, I spot him a mile away. Who calls him out?
Exactly. Then why is it?
Hey,
it should be totally 9 innings. Then.
You think
if
any
you're
of
play games like that? Then it should be 9 innings and 9 innings.
You think any of those?
You're not considering it.
You think any of those other live show people picked up on that? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to say no. Anyone else at the live show on YouTube pick up on this? I seriously doubt it.
If I was a guy that had like a Diamond Club premium seat, I'd be calling the Cardinals up and complaining.
It's Atlanta. It's Atlanta.
It's in Atlanta. In Atlanta, and yeah, they're definitely charging both. You need. It's crazy charging for both games. How can is it a doubleheader? It's not a doubleheader then, because originally I don't think it was a doubleheder.
Well, day-night doubleheaders are part of baseball, and they've been part of baseball for a while now. Not every doubleheader is a twin bill. Okay, a lot of doubleheaders now are day-night doubleheaders, but these are 7-inning games. There's a reason.
Right?
These are 7-inning games. It's not really a doubleheader.
No, it should be a 9-inning game then, because it's not definitely exactly with that much time in between. Sure, it should be a 9-inning game.
The hell do you do for that 2 hours in between? It's probably some good places. I haven't been.
Probably a gentleman's club around there.
I haven't been to Atlanta in a long time.
In that article I read at Pick Dogs, I think there's some pretty good gentlemen's club in Atlanta.
That's what I'd be doing if I was there. I'd be going to the gentlemen's club. Gotta behave myself.
You got a fan here, Brian. Bill McDonald says you're the worst dog picks. You're crazy.
My dog picks. The only one that might be crazy is the Baltimore Orioles. That might be a little crazy, but I like my picks today. There's some guys that like you to go on and say, take the Dodgers on the run line. Take the Padres, take the Yankees, take the whatever. I just don't do that.
What do you do?
I try to get the dogs.
All right, go to our next set of games. Happy Father's Day to everyone out there that's celebrating, by the way. Well, to most.
Yeah, that holiday's always overlooked.
Happy Father's Day to most. Some of you, I don't wish you happy anything, but to most of you guys. Have I mentioned to you guys how excited I am to show you guys our new sites and stuff that we're doing? The stuff's insane. I'm telling you. I promise you will have never seen anything like this before. And all those other sites to use for stats and information and trends and all that other stuff, they ain't going to know what hit them. You have all sorts of games, contests, all automated, run by the guys that run it for the big guys, the biggest sites.
I like it when Rod runs the contest.
I like when Rod and Ruffalo run together.
Yeah, together.
You know why? It's a bonding moment. It's like, you get to see,
the one sends the
Team A, Team
B,
Team A, and Team B become Team C.
Team C.
Right. That was the funniest process I ever saw.
We call it the Simpatico Project. It was just... I just had the joy that it brought to everybody else that wasn't involved. It was just... I don't know about those guys, but Brian and I had a really good time with it.
They got 7 hours per each.
We're still enjoying it.
Minor. It was longer than that. It was insane what we were doing. It was like, holy.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. Yep. Yeah, preseason football is just about a month away, right? 2 months away?
That's a big moneymaker for me. I'm a little upset there's only 2 games, but...
Oh, really? Because there's an extra game in the season, right?
Yep. But those 2 preseason games will be easier to read because there'll be a definite rotation of quarterbacks.
So week 1 of the NFL season is still, though, September 9th. Oh, man, so it really does move. Wow. I haven't really looked at this yet. Somehow I ended up on...
I think it goes an extra week.
Is that what happens? Which I like.
Yeah, I like that better. But preseason, I usually make...
Oh, it's 3 weeks of preseason.
All right, I'll take it.
There's Hall of Fame, which is August 5th. Then week 1
count, right?
is August 12th.
The Hall of Fame, it's usually 5 weeks because Hall of Fame is just the game in itself.
Right, it's usually the end. The Hall of Fame is usually the end of July, first week of August. So 12th, the 19th, the 21st, preseason week 1, week 2, week 3. And then there's a week off in between the last preseason game and the regular season. It's just slaughtered the momentum. But that actually will be opening weekend of college football.
Yeah, well, what do they need a week off for? Because the players don't even play in the last preseason game. I
don't know.
But college football would be on.
College football starts Saturday, August 28th. So actually it does run in sync. That Saturday, week 0, is at that last week of NFL preseason. Wow, so that week 0 has Nebraska at Illinois. There's some other games there, and then Thursday night. Ooh, this is a loaded season this year. There was always a big game on that Thursday night, and they kind of took it out. But this year, Boise UCF is an interesting game Thursday night to start the season.
I see UConn on the schedule. I thought they dropped out of
the Big East. I mean, out of their conference, they did. Ohio State, Minnesota on opening Thursday. Then Friday, normally just 1 or 2 games on Friday, but a bunch. Michigan State, Northwestern. This really only is 3 games, 4 games. The rest are, and then that Saturday, loaded. Who do you like in the Western Michigan game?
I usually take the Western Michigan with plus all the points. It's too early.
All right, well, let's get back to baseball here. Now I'm all excited. Maybe we'll do a college football preview show. It's like tomorrow there's hardly any games, right? So, where was I? Somewhere around the...
You're in the late games now, I think.
Giants, Phillies, Angels, Tigers, Diamondbacks, Dodgers, Padres, Reds, Mariners, Rays, and Braves, Cardinals, round 2, full price.
For me, and that's what I'm going to take. I'm going to take Detroit and the Angels to go over again. Look, the Angels are 9-1 to the over their last 10, and Detroit is 8-2 to the over. And there, they just keep hacking on the runs. So it opened at 9. It's now up to 9.5, and I still don't think that's enough. So give me the over in Detroit and the Angels. Whole lot of runs in that one with Bundy pitching. Good old Bundy. And then the other one I like, I'm going to take a shot with Arizona. I think they finally get themselves a win. Goslin has definitely not been good. He's Mr. Inconsistent. He had like 8 walks and 9 strikeouts. His command is all over the place. I think this is the spot that Arizona gets themselves there off the schneid and gets themselves a win. Give me the Diamondbacks in that one.
So you won't be getting the Al Niños Gonzalez shirt, is what you're telling us.
You know your team's bad when you're you're getting plus 180 at home against Gonsolin.
It's like,
laying minus 200 with Gonsolin. Yeah.
I wonder if Matt Harvey pitched in the Dodgers, what that line would be.
I don't know, but I know some people that would still take him.
It'd still be minus 200.
It's funny. It's like we started talking about, well, what day does NFL... Someone mentions the NFL preseason starting soon. We get over to the NFL preseason schedule, and all of a sudden we're looking at college football matchups. It's like... And how excited does everyone get for football?
I get so excited I usually post my games too early.
It's like I'm into early September in college football. It's like I'm still looking at the games. There's some good ones, man.
For me in this baseball lineup, I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Cincinnati Reds. Luis Castillo finally looks like he's got it together. 7 shutout innings, I believe, in his last start. And Dennis Lamet has trouble getting out of the 4th inning, so I like the Reds there. And then I'm going to go square and take the Tampa Bay Rays here. The juice is very high, and I had the Mariners, I believe, in the first 3 games, but I think the Rays get a W here and get off the snide.
How about this for an idea for college football? How about a big hell yeah for college football for this one? Listen to this one. BYU versus Arizona in Vegas.
I like it.
I like it. I'm in. It's like we should have our pick dogs party right there.
Joe D can take us to the luxury boxes.
It's the late game. There's nothing else on. Utah State, Washington State at the same time, but it's the late game. What a great idea. Someone was thinking. Houston versus Texas Tech at Energy Stadium in Houston. Yeah, I'm still stuck on these college football games. Looks like the Big Ten, is playing their games right, a conference game right out of the gate. Everybody is. Penn State, Wisconsin. Everyone but Michigan. Ohio State, Minnesota, Iowa against, I saw someone there. Iowa. That doesn't matter, does it? Iowa against Indiana.
I see Alabama, Miami's up 17.5.
How about this one? This is a weird game. Stanford versus Kansas State at AT&T Stadium in Texas. I don't know. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Not feeling that one. Clemson, Georgia. Charlotte.
I can't wait for Georgia to kick the crap out of Clemson.
Brian's such a Clemson homer.
Clemson, they're the best.
Alex Young has actually pitched pretty well from what we've seen of him.
Yep.
He's from the Pacific Coast League. Yeah, college football games can be scheduled up to 10 years in advance or more. Most of the games are scheduled 3 to 4, but some are scheduled 5, 6, 7 years in advance. Like that Miami-Alabama game was scheduled like 7, 8 years ago. Did you cover these late games, Brian?
Yes, I did.
All right.
I took the Cincinnati Reds, and then I went square and took the Tampa Bay Rays.
I kind of like the Padres in that one against the Reds.
Yeah, Reds are dead to me. Yeah, kiss my ass.
No.
Zed is dead.
Zed's dead, babe. I like
Reds have no chance.
He's been pitching better. He's been consistent over his last 3 or 4 starts. And you never know how long Dennis Lamet's going to last. 4 innings tops.
Or he could go 6.
When's the last time he went 6? He went 6 innings once this year, I think.
Yeah, I think the last
time. Yeah, but he's
out.
stretched out now. He's stretched out. He's ready to go.
He hasn't gone 6 innings since not even all season. He hasn't done it once.
He went 5 innings.
Yeah, wow.
Got shelled.
And he went up 4 runs. He gave up 4 runs in that 5-inning start.
Hey.
I don't know.
I don't know why. What?
I'm
Give
getting
the guy
excited.
a break, man.
That.
If he gives up 4 runs, it's fine. If it's Canning, man, he gives up 4 runs, he's crucified. If it's Griffin Canning, it's like, he's really good.
Dennis Lamet's very talented, but I think that Castillo's.
No Bundy today for you? Come on, I thought Bundy's pitching.
I've jumped off of that train wreck weeks. In fact, now I'm putting the Reds as my star play. You guys talk me into it.
How about Kansas at Coastal Carolina, Week 2 matchup?
I like that. Everybody will be humping Coastal because they had a good season last year, and Kansas stinks.
How about Oregon at Ohio State?
Ooh, I'd love Oregon. Knock off Ohio
Week
State
2
out.
matchup. Texas A&M versus Colorado.
UCLA and Hawaii play first week.
They're tearing down Aloha Stadium. Interesting to see where they play. Washington at Michigan. Go to the NHL. Montreal Canadiens plus 160 at home against Vegas. Canadiens are up, right? 2-1. Is that what's happening?
2-1, yeah.
My pick to win it all. Montreal. Still there. Still kicking. Got a chance to go up 3-1. The world is on Vegas here at minus 180. Rod, what do you think?
For me, this one I'm going to take. I think we've seen a whole bunch of unders. I think we're going to see some goals this game. I like the over 5 in this one, and I also like the Montreal team total over 2.5 plus 130. 2 I like. I think we're going to see goals. We've seen tight, low scoring. I think we're going to see some pucks go behind these goalies today. That's what I'm liking today in this one.
For me, I'm gonna go with a hot diggity dog play. I'm not gonna be ballsy enough to take Montreal on the money line. I'm gonna take the plus 1.5 at the minus 185 juice. I see it as a 1-goal game. So I think the Canadians on the puck line are slammed up.
I don't know what they're replacing Aloha Stadium with. And I think they were going to build a new stadium, or I'm not really even sure. Ohio approving sports betting. Still some things to sort out, but looks like Ohio joining the fold.
Nice.
I don't know about this one. It's Montreal Vegas game. I don't know.
What about my hot diggity dog?
Plus 1.5.
I should have charged $100 for that game.
99.
$99.99.
No reason to be a pig about it. $99.
Too good to be true.
Too good to be true. How long does it take for them to set up gambling in a state? Well, I mean, some people it takes a matter of minutes, but legally, I don't know. Sometimes it takes months. Sometimes it takes more than that. Like New York, they announced it for next March, you know.
You think New York would be in a hurry to do it because of the taxes?
Florida announced it for October. Well, Illinois last year said they weren't going to do it until a year later, and they right before football season they launched. So I don't know if Honolulu had a team in the World Football League or not. Maybe they did.
I'd like to see them with a CFL team.
Hawaii?
There was a Vegas team in the CFL for a year.
I have to say, the people that are into Hawaii football are really into Hawaii football.
Aren't they just replacing the stadium?
I'm not sure.
It says the replacement of Aloha Stadium could be ready by 2023 for a college football season, according to officials involved in the project planning.
Yeah, you've never seen island time before. They're just hoping we don't get any waves between now and then.
Well, right? That's why it could be. They're not saying it's officially ready by 2023, but they're hoping.
Yeah, they've never done a construction project in Hawaii.
So where are they going to play their home games at?
I don't know.
I like Hawaii football. Those are the games that you're up at like midnight.
Yeah, Florida will have sports betting soon enough. Yeah, I remember the Detroit Wheels. The Memphis Southmen, and there were the Memphis Grizzlies. They had the Outlaws team. Sharks.
What was the name of the Vegas CFL team, Ron? You remember?
Vegas.
Gamblers, right?
Aces?
No.
I'm surprised that didn't last longer than this season.
The other one was Sacramento. Remember they had a Sacramento team. It was the Gold Miners. Sacramento. Wasn't it Las Vegas? Not Raiders.
The Posse.
Posse, that's it. Yeah.
Who thought of that?
The Posse.
Yeah, the Posse. That was it. Well, the Sacramento Gold Miners.
Worst name is still the Predators.
It says it was one of the least successful CFL teams in history.
Let's come up with a team name. How about Predators? How about not?
I think the only CFL team in America that won, I think, was the Baltimore Stallions. I think was the team. I think they won a Grey Cup too.
Not the end of that.
All right, parlay time.
For me, we're going to go with the Mets on the money line, Jays on the run line, Clippers plus the 4. Parlay those up.
For me, on my parlay, I'm taking the Montreal Canadiens plus 1.5. I'm going to take the Cincinnati Reds in a layup on the money line. And I'm going to round it off with the Washington Nationals.
I'll take the Hawks plus the points. The Chicago White Sox money line. And the Arizona Diamondbacks money line. Smitch, thanks for joining me. Thanks for no arguments today. Yes, Colt Brennan died. That was a couple weeks ago. Yeah, no arguments today. No blood. No nothing. No accusations. Everyone kept their pants on. It's a pretty good show.
My pants are on
that. You have to be wearing pants first.
Okay. Well, thanks everyone for joining us, and let's make it a winning day. Try and act more professional tomorrow. Happy Father's Day to those who are celebrating.